I can hear you. That's
Okay, cool. You can hear me. And what you can do is you can go online to the Facebook event. I'm about to click live video. So if you wanted to, if anyone loses the Zoom call, it's going on in that Facebook event if you saw that. So that's an option.
good.
Yeah. Did we get everyone? Anyone else want to say hi? Want to say anything at all? Okay. Okay, let me get, 1 second. Let me get into the Facebook group and do the live stream video there for people who didn't get on the Zoom call. Cool. Okay. All right. Well, okay. Well, it's great that you're all here. I'm so glad. Lots of people have been asking for a breathwork class, so, and it's just like my favorite thing to do. So I'm really happy to oblige. I hope it can lead you today into a place where you might find some treasures of your own that belong to you and that are hidden inside, kind of covered by some layers, and but they're yours, and they're like your beautiful secret tools, and it will give you all the special powers. And breathwork is a way, just to introduce it really quickly, breathwork is a way to Gail, will you mute yourself?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're okay. I was just going to ask. There's sometimes some feedback. All right. So breathwork is, to me, it's a yogic practice. It falls under pranayama, which is working with the subtle energies of the breath and what that represents as life force energy. So it's a lot deeper than people always laugh, like, oh, you're gonna go breathe, a group breathe, you're gonna breathe together, cool, how revolutionary. But it's really neat. And I just want to give you a couple little heads up. The breathwork will bypass your conscious mind and get into some deeper levels of your consciousness, and maybe will sort of bypass your thinking mind altogether. And so we were talking this morning about, in yoga, me and my mom were talking about Yogananda's, Paramahansa Yogananda's definition of like the conscious mind, which is always caught up in enjoying or suffering. You know, I like this, I prefer this, I don't prefer that. So there's a lot of worry and disturbance in the conscious mind. And you know, we do our best to move towards things that make the conscious mind feel good, and we move away from things that don't feel good. And so we're kind of all day moving our bodies, being busy, being distracted, just in order to sort of stimulate and try to give the conscious mind some like appeasement or fulfillment of desires, or reducing the suffering. And then there's the subconscious mind, which we can get to in breathwork for sure. And you can get to that in sleep or just by resting. And that's the part of you, of course, that comes out in daydreams and also in nighttime dreams. And the subconscious mind is still part of like that ego structure, but can start to move into the realm of the superconscious mind, which is the soul. So you've got the conscious mind, the ego, and then the subconscious mind, which is kind of like mostly ego, part spirit. heart soul, which is why in dreams or in daydreams you can have intuitive flashes or hunches. And so the more that we move from the conscious, busy bee mind into a little bit more of the feeling, intuitive, subconscious mind, the easier it's going to be then to move into like a meditative state, which is the super conscious mind. And the super conscious part of us is the soul. So that's the part of us that can connect to our highest self, our peace and the calm thinking. So when you're feeling triggered or reactive, of course, that's going to be total conscious mind, and even into like the animal instinct part of us. And so, okay, conscious, subconscious, super conscious, you move towards Christ consciousness or cosmic consciousness, is these very high states of attainment, of flow and peace. And ideally, that would be great. So ideally, that is the direction that we're like evolving. And so meditation, your athletic practices, your movement practices, your music practices, whatever you do to stay clear, moves you out of the animal reactive place and into the more expansive, connected, all fulfilled, all is well, all knowing part of you. And that's what we're going to go for today. And it's not that hard. It's our birthright. And it is part of us. And we have handed the reins. Oh, hey, Rachel, will you mute yours too, girl? Or let me try to mute. Sorry, I think if you can, if y'all would just mute your microphones, and then because the little noises get picked up. So we are going to move into our breath work here. I'm going to light a little candle, and I'm going to light some Palo Santo. We're going to bring the element of fire into the room because it does require a little bit of tapas. That's a Sanskrit word that basically can mean like discipline or fire, and it's a purifying fire. And I see Cheryl has a candle going there too. And fire is clearing and purifying and can help us get through the layers of stuff into that spirit place, that super conscious mind. And what else is cool about the super conscious mind? It's not just like, ooh, the soul is better than the ego. It's not like that. It's not a hierarchy. It's that they can all play together really well. And it's that for whatever reason, we've sort of forgotten to tap into the soul when we wake up in the morning. We're primarily guided by the conscious mind. And that's just from habit and from how we've learned to be, and maybe from past lives, and maybe part of it's the collective consciousness and where we all are at right now. But with training and with practice, you can move into that place of peaceful wisdom, clarity, and just being yourself with strength and power and knowing what to do next. You can move into that 100% of the time. That is what yoga is. That is the goal of yoga. You don't have to take that as your goal, but we're all moving towards full-on samadhi, where we can be powerful co-creators and manifestors and in loving harmony with our human relationships and with the earth. Oh my gosh, it's Earth Day. So there's that too. Harmony with the earth. Aho. Amen. Now my lighter won't work. Okay, I'm gonna go get another lighter, but first I'm going to start this breathwork practice. Okay, we got the Palo Santo lit. I brought the fire. So for breathwork, it's great if you would lay down, and I don't have to be able to see you. It'd be cool if you wanted to prop up your phone next to, like somewhere in the room, but it's really not necessary. I've done a lot of breath work via screens, and I will feel you. We're gonna all be in this together. Just make sure that you can hear me pretty well. And if it's comfortable for you, lie down without a pillow under your head. So lie down with your back flat. and the back of your neck flat as well. And then get yourself a nice cozy blanket too, something that you can kind of wriggle underneath. If you run hot, you may not need a blanket, but it's pretty common for people to feel cold during breath work. Sometimes we get into a place where we feel really, really chilly, and it's totally okay. As you're getting settled in, you might also feel different sensations, tingling, kind of like a numbing. Sometimes you could feel hot as well as cold. If you're really going for it with the breath work, sometimes people's hands will like clamp up a little bit, and I just want you to not worry about that. Just try to maybe take a break from the breath work if that starts to happen. Just slow your roll, slow the breath, and take a little break. And then when you feel your hands start to unclench, you can go back into it. There's some other practices we can do for any tightness or clenching that you might feel in your body. Because the issues are in our tissues, they say. And so whatever's stored in our energetic body is also stored in our physical body. So pay attention, make it a practice during this class to notice the physical sensations as they arise. Take note of them, give them your attention. Notice every little physical sensation. And that will help you to stay with me. All right, so now that you're comfortable, relaxed, but still active, and that's one of the reasons we don't use pillows, is pillows cue our body to sleep, but we are practicing. You can put your hands down by your sides. You could put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Just take a couple cleansing breaths. Good. So as you just let yourself breathe naturally, take your closed eye gaze, take your focus to the point between your eyebrows, somewhere around the center of your forehead, and just see if your gaze will land there as a focal point. Good. And then we'll start to take some deep rounds of breath. So for the breath work, we're going to use our mouth instead of our nose for these, just the short rest of the class. Your mouth may get dry, but just know that it's not going to last forever. And go, if you need to sit up and drink some water, you may, but just know it's pretty quick. It's going to be over just like that. And start to take some rounds of breath through the mouth. And just let the breath be full and deep, but not forced. Just inviting your breath in and out through your mouth. Let the breath move all the way up through every cell of your body. And as you exhale, let everything go. If you have some intentions today, you have anything you'd like to help with, to have help with as far as clearing energy or physical health. And we'll start now to take a double inhalation. So the first part of your inhalation is your belly, and the second part is your heart, and then exhale, let it all go. Just notice as you're breathing, notice all of the care and love that you have conjured up to gift yourself for this hour. Notice all of the attention that you're pouring onto yourself. Just tell yourself, thank you. It's good to be here. With each breath, I am recharging every cell of my body. With each breath, I am rewiring any and all negative thought patterns and habits, depression, anxiety, procrastination, frustration, woe is me, victimizing myself. I don't know. What else? What else? So those, I mentioned those so that I might trigger you a little into shining a light, an introspective light today on these beautiful but cumbersome thought patterns and habits. Not so that we can suppress them, not so that we can try to be better than that, but just so that we can give those love. We can give the thoughts that lead to habits and patterns some awareness and begin to create new ways of thinking. So while you're lying there, nice and flat, every part of your back and even the back of your neck reaching towards the earth, supported by the earth on this Taurus Earth Day, new moon. Good. Let the breath, the double inhalation, let it lift up through your low belly first. And then the second part, let it lift all the way up to your heart, your throat, your third eye chakra, and all the way up. Already you can feel your own loving vibration, the volume of your own prana beginning to increase, and your vibration, your frequency beginning to clear and shine. With each breath, I'm willing to receive love in more and more. With each breath, I receive exactly what I need in body, mind, and spirit. It is a lovely gift I give to myself. With each rounded breath, I fall deeper into my true self, into my superconscious state. I recognize that the soul or spirit is an equally present part of me at all times. And at this time that I've set aside for personal care and growth, at this time that I've set aside for me, I call forth my superconscious, my soul, my spirit, and that beautiful higher self that I can always know is there and can feel the gentle breeze of its presence. But I now invite that higher self, a higher version, most powerful, peaceful, and flow-oriented version of myself to begin to shine through with each breath, clearing out exactly what needs to be cleared out. And with each breath, just let the breath do that work. No need for the mind to even know what is happening or to understand or analyze this process. Letting the natural bliss state that is my own to start to take over, to start to expand, to start to warm my heart, start to open my chakras. All right, pick up the pace of your breath. We are almost finished with the first round, so you'll get a chance to rest very soon. Pick up the pace of this breath that you are moving through, pumping through every cell of your body, every particle of your energetic body, and every radiant vibration of your soul being cleansed with each breath. And just increase your depth of breath, or maybe the pace of your breath, just for 10 or 20 more breaths. Let's go together. Feel and notice each and every physical sensation, each thought, and each emotional feeling, and let the breath lift up these experiences and then release them completely with the exhale. 3 more rounds. And then after your 3rd breath, take a nice deep breath in and hold the breath at the top. Good. Hold the breath now, focusing your energy at the 3rd eye center, that point between your eyebrows, and feel your vibration expanding and moving up from conscious mind through the layers, through subconscious mind, all the way into spirit or bliss state. As long as it's okay for you, push through the initial urge to exhale and stay with me instead. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now exhale it all out. Take any movement that you'd like. Release that. And rest. Notice how you're feeling. Really beautiful work. There is no wrong way to do this. And if you feel like you'd like to stop and take a rest at any time, you can do that. The one thing I will warn against is falling asleep. When you start to get overly comfy and start to fall asleep, that's when you listen to the sound of my voice and bring yourself back to the breath. And on that note, let's dive into round 2 with the breath. If it feels okay for you, try that double inhalation. Yeah. Very good. Beautiful work. Now, as you're gently pumping the breath through, finding that rhythm, finding that rhythmic movement of breath all the way through your being, inhale, inhale, exhale. In, out. In, out. Really good. Let's start by bringing our awareness, if you want to, if you'd like to your first chakra, Muladhara chakra, the base, energetic center there. Just feel it for yourself. The color is red. You might envision red clay or terracotta. You might have memories associated with this color, maybe from this life, maybe from your imagination, maybe from the deep past. And breathing into your first chakra, just give gratitude, say thank you to the earth, the Mother Earth on this Earth Day supporting us. Feel with each breath, I, and silently state your name, am willing to be completely supported and uplifted by this earth, which is my home. Good, deep rounds of breath there into the first chakra. Giving love to the earth who is supporting you even now, and honoring her with awe of her beauty, and reciprocating all the ways that she supports us just by caring, just by giving her your energy now with a couple more breaths, clearing out that first chakra, lighting a little fire there, a little energetic buzz. Feeling supported and uplifted, bring your energy, your awareness to the second chakra, where the color is orange, playful, energetic orange. And the second chakra is somewhere in the pelvic region. You might feel that for yourself, wherever that is lighting up for you. Bring your full rounds of breath right there. Good. Second chakra lighting up a crystal orange color, maybe a sphere of light, clearing and cleansing any old stories, any old habits stored for you there. You can now just say thank you and release those old stories. Those old energies are now welcome to just simply flutter away like a lift of a whole bunch of butterflies. And this is the chakra of not only playful, creative, artistic energy, but sensual and sexual energy, embodied feminine energy. Embodied masculine energy. Breathe some gratitude into that space for yourself, honoring that part of you. And then a moment of silence as you breathe, feeling into any gems, any gifts, any creative insights that are there for you. And then as you're ready, let's turn the volume up a little bit and lift that color of orange upwards between the belly button and ribs to the color yellow or gold. Maybe like the spring wildflowers, the yellow, maybe a sphere of light is situated there. You can feel it for yourself somewhere in the lower torso, and this is your personal power center. So go ahead, let's give it some juice. Let's give this area our loving attention. Deep rounds of breath into the third chakra, lighting up your personal power. As you breathe, just affirm, I, and silently state your name, am always guided by my highest self. I am always guided by my own deepest wisdom. And as you connect with your highest self, you also connect with source energy, God or love, or that universal connection. And breathing deeply into the third chakra, you can silently state your name. I am willing to be supported and guided, to be empowered by source energy, now and always. Really good. And now, receiving any last gifts, insights, or inspirations from your beautiful, bold yellow. You could just ask yourself what that color yellow means for you here. What your body would like to tell you in this area, in this chakra. And then as you're ready, move that light up to your heart chakra. And the color is green, like the spring blades of grass. And you can start to move your breath right up to the heart center. Sometimes this space can be a little slow to open and it can feel tight, and that's okay. So just breathing in your own time, in your own way. Some extra wisdom, some extra pranic energy into your heart space. I'm willing to give and receive love in my own way and my own time. We're about halfway through the second round. So as you're ready, if you're ready, you could pick up the pace a little bit here in your heart chakra area and give it a little bit of depth and maybe a little bit of a quicker breath. If at any time you begin to have some realizations or insights, bring your third eye, bring your focal point, your focus to the third eye chakra, and see if you can also maintain an energetic connection to the heart space. So heart and third eye chakra both lighting up now. Good. Moving the breath now as you're ready up to the throat chakra, around the neck, sides and back of your neck, and to even your voice box or your power of speech, your message, your song, your written word, all lies here in the throat chakra. And as you breathe, you can imagine a beautiful sphere of light, the color of indigo blue. That as you continue to breathe in your own pace, finding your own rhythm, you can choose to affirm, I, and silently state your name, am ready to use my power of speech for good. I, and silently state your name, am ready and willing to allow wisdom, to allow any and all messages to flow through me and out into the world in alignment with my Dharma, in alignment with my true soul purpose, which is simply to be, and to be in alignment, and to be in flow with my highest. Beautiful. Just allowing any messages from your spirit, from your superconscious, from that part of you that is now gloriously expanding, connecting with a depth of peace and wisdom and power beyond imagination, and is now bringing that energy back to you and through you. So maybe about 10 more breaths here at the throat chakra. Doing beautifully, allowing that breath, that prana, just to flow to you and through you, clearing out any old stories and resetting your neural pathways, resetting your creation, your vibration. And moving now from the throat chakra up to the third eye center. Just up to that place between the eyebrows and away from your body, a few inches out into space. You can imagine the color is purple or lavender, like amethyst. And connecting with that third eye chakra, begin to bring your breath right directly into the center, just allowing your own prana, your own breath, to clear any old stories, any old programming, any anxieties or worries. Imagining these to be creations of the mind, because they are. And simply with each breath, letting them go. With each breath, inviting some new, beautiful, magical intuition to begin to shine forth through the third eye center. Feeling now a connection to your intuitive self, to that higher dimensional you, to that angelic version of you that is even right now bringing through all of this up-leveling, all of this healing, bringing new waves of confidence, beauty, bringing healing on the cellular level and on the energetic level. Just a few more breaths, as gentle as you'd like now that we're deep into the breath work. Just as long as you're staying awake, feel free to bring the breath in whatever rhythmic way feels right for you. And then lifting the energy up finally to the crown of your head. You might literally feel this as an energetic crown around the top of your skull. You might feel it as a single point lifting up from the top of your head. You might visualize this space as expanding a few inches or more away from your body, feeling the crown chakra as a golden white light bathing every cell, every muscle, even to the marrow of your bones. Breathing white light through every brain cell, into every old story, into every need and hidden desire of your heart. Really good work. Take a deep breath now, all the way in, and hold the breath at the top. Breathe in as deeply as you can, and hold the breath. Retain the breath now. A space of peace. Feeling that peaceful, powerful vibration. And just resting there with the breath held within. 10 and 9 and 8, 7. Gathering up any last little bundles of tight energy. Gathering up any last little bits of darkness or grief or pain. And as you're ready, take a nice big deep exhale out. You can take some movement. You can sound like a goofball like me. You can even, let's do this next round. Yeah. I'm going to invite you to tone. But for now, just rest for a moment. All right, and now for our last round here. A short and sweet, deep round of breath work. You are already there, right where you need to be. So let's just take a few more sweeping rounds of breath. That double inhalation to wake up the body again, to keep your attention, your awareness focused. Good. And using the rhythm and depth and pace of your choice. Begin to listen to the sound of my voice, each breath guiding you deeper and deeper into your dream state, into your imagination, into a place completely created by your highest self, your soul, in connection with source energy. So let's go there now. Allow yourself to land in beautiful space. It could be indoors, it could be outdoors. It could be realistic, it could be completely creative. Allow yourself with each breath to begin to explore a new realm. Begin to visualize, or if you're not a visualizer, just beginning to notice and list for yourself how this place feels. Begin to notice the mood and the vibe of this space. Maybe look down and see if your feet are walking. Perhaps you're moving in some other way besides walking. Perhaps there's an element from nature, like starlight, or a beautiful rushing watery sensation in your space. Perhaps there's just a quiet sensation of deep peace. And as you move through and explore this space, just begin to notice that you are now completely embodied by your highest self, your fifth dimensional self. Through this breath work, you have completely leveled up and you have reappeared in this new space of your imagination as your most beautiful, most loving, most powerful self, most abundant, funniest, most intelligent and creative self. And begin to notice how that energy feels, how it feels to exist in this space of complete knowing. How it feels to abide in total wisdom. How it feels to be completely free from fear. And now, as you are playing and exploring and playing with your new beautiful fifth dimensional body and self, you are completely ascended. Just notice in your space, notice somewhere as you're moving through it, you find and are attracted to and magnetized over to a little box of some sort. You begin to see in your space, visualize a little gift box and see what that might look like. And you just know intuitively that within that box there's a gift for you, but we haven't opened it yet. So begin to explore, maybe hold with your hands this package, what it looks like, what it feels like, and remember this special package, this gift is just for you, created for you to enjoy. Everything about it is designed just for your complete enjoyment and pleasure. So just noticing the colors, designs, or textures of this package and how it brings joy to your body, to your mind. And then you can go ahead and open the package, lifting the lid or untying the bow or somehow beginning to peek inside. And just notice what you find. Maybe it comes out of the package. Maybe you lift it out and observe what you are beholding. Whatever comes to your mind is perfect. And maybe this gift shifts. Maybe it's a shape-shifting gift. Notice what that gift, what special superpowers might be represented or symbolized, or might be actually embodied with this gift. You can enjoy interacting with this gift in whatever way you'd like. Good. And then take that gift into your heart space and just allow integration of that gift into your fifth dimensional self. Return to exploring your environment, looking up and around, noticing maybe sky or grass, colors and textures. And now look across your space and find an animal has appeared within your sight. And now move towards that animal as close as you would like to get and just notice what it is. What animal has appeared for you today? And notice eye contact with that animal as it looks at you. It intuitively transmits some messages, some knowledge, perhaps in words, maybe not. We can continue to interact with this animal, honoring and bowing to it when the interaction is finished. And moving away back out of your created space. And now back into your body here. And let's take just 10 more rounds of breath together. Really good. And for the last time, take a deep breath in and hold the breath at the top. And hold the breath for just another 10 seconds, allowing your amped up energy to seek out any last tight places, any last sensations calling for attention. And as you're ready, 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale, and let's rest. Final Shavasana rest. Just allowing that bliss state, that state of heightened awareness and deep peace to continue to vibrate and amplify through every cell and every energetic wave. Noticing any further creative ideas. Inviting any last messages to resonate. Take a few more just nice deep rounds of breath through your body. Feeling deeply rested. Just noticing new levels of power, new levels of power you have over your habits, intentions, anxieties. Noticing new levels of creativity for your projects, and noticing a new level of being in sync with your flow state, of being in sync with your spirit, your superconscious, your soul. And notice being fed from that place rather than from your conscious, limited thinking mind. And finally, just affirm I and silently state your name. I'm willing to completely embody these new habits, new ways of being. I, and silently state your name, am willing to receive this kind of love from myself. I'm willing to know that in every moment, I know exactly what to do. I am protected and guided by source energy and my highest self. I'm always connected to the wisdom, to the energy to do what I need to do in the right way and the right time. Aho, Shanti, Shanti. If you'd like to stay laying down, you can. Found a lighter. If you'd like to start to make your way up to seated, coming out of Shavasana, you can join me in the closing of this little breathwork ceremony from laying down or from seated. A guardian angel candle. All right. As you choose how to close class today, we'll just join together and offering our loving, nurturing energy to Mother Earth on this Earth Day, on this second day of Taurus, honoring her ability to give endlessly and her ability to also be cared for and connected with, and honoring that space in each of us that gives endlessly and is also very happy to be cared for and receive loving connection. We can imagine ourselves, or maybe remember back to the last time you walked outside, and offer that magical energy that the earth continues to fill our hearts with back to the earth. And in doing so, we continue to receive and fill our own cup with that energy. Thank y'all so very much for joining. Yeah.
Thank you.
Wonderful, Stephanie. I got to go. My dog's saying he's got to be walked, but that was spectacular. Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining. Have a good night. Yeah. Good night, y'all.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Yeah, you're welcome. I have like 5 or 10 minutes if anyone wants to stick around. I'll be here for a few minutes. So don't feel like you have to rush off. But also, thank you so much if you do.
Good luck with the baby, Allison.
Oh, thank you.
It's going to be wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah.